Hey guys, and welcome to another video in our Tribulation series, where we talk about different topics as young believers and how we overcome our trials and tribulations through our testimony. So I'm excited to continue these Tribulation series with you guys, and we have another great one today. So our topic today is this: reading the instruction manual. So a lot of the times when we're working on different projects, you have different tools that you're working with, and what you will find is you have an image on the box, then you have your mind. It's like, man, I don't need this information. I can build it without reading the instructions. Well, I want you guys to think about this. Anytime that you're building something or something requires assembly, there are certain steps that you must follow in order for you to build it the correct way. And that's the same way we must take that same approach with our natural lives and with our spiritual lives. So we just start to put our lives together. We think about our careers. We think about going here, there, and doing all these different things. But a lot of us don't consider the instruction manual of life. The instruction manual of life that we must live by, guys, is called the Bible. And a lot of times we find that our spiritual lives or our personal lives is falling apart because we haven't put the right steps or the right pieces together. So we found ourselves in a lot of turmoil. We found ourselves having to backtrack and, okay, if I could go back and do this again, it would be so much better. So let's think of it this way. The Bible has explicit instructions on how we should live our life. They're just called the 10 Commandments. They're clear guidelines that help us go beyond what's written in the Bible on a day-to-day basis, but it helps us learn how to be able to live a faithful and obedient life and not really stray too far away from God's will. So everything that we need to live by and live a great life is according to those 10 Commandments. Then what happens is we start to do our own thing. We start to say, okay, I'm gonna listen to the first two, but I'm not gonna do the last two. I'm not a bad person. Well, if you think about it, we missing steps. You missing steps. But guess what? God is merciful. He gives us grace. But the scripture tells us that there comes a time for judgment. And in his return, we must make sure that our life and that the example that we're creating is according to what he wanted us to do. So are we really truly following his instructions? Now, this doesn't only apply just to that part, but every part, our faithfulness, our relationships, even the decisions we make. The Bible gives us guidelines on how we should look for a spouse, how we should handle trials, and how we should live and honor God through everything that we go through. So by reading the manual, aka the Bible, we'll find that our life won't fall apart as easily, because by following the instructions of God, not saying that everything will always be easy, but it will give you a better way of getting through those trials and tribulations that you face. So hopefully this was an encouragement to you as it was to me, guys. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.